Welcome to Sailing Avanti. We are Gerard and Jacqueline, sailing our 41-foot monohull Avanti around the world from Cape Town, South Africa.
We've made it to the Pacific Ocean in Panama City. We have to get the last few jobs done so that we're able to leave for the French Polynesian Islands on the first weather window. We know a few people that have left already and others that will wait for more stable winds in April. We have a big year ahead of us and lots of miles to sail, so we want to get there as soon as possible.
Yesterday we came back to the dinghy dock, and it's not an ideal dinghy dock for these small dinghies. And yeah, something banged against our engine, so it's just cosmetic damage, but it's still not nice if it's almost brand new. So yeah, I've had to thought of a cover or something, and we got this from somebody else that didn't want it. It's like a polystyrene cooler box, and it's a perfect fit. So this will be our dinghy engine buffer.
We made it to Panama City. The city is absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me a little bit of Europe. But a fun thing that we'll have to learn to do now is work with tides. We haven't had a city or a bay where we struggled with tides at all, and the tidal range is about 4 meters. Time for me to go give in our passports to get stamped with our visas. So it's super quick. We came through the canal on Saturday, Friday, and it's Tuesday. So now it just takes 2 days to put the stamp in, and we'll be ready for French Polynesia.
We are back at our favorite dinghy dock, and as you can see, it's complete chaos. It also turned out quite windy in the anchorage, so we decided next morning we will move.
We are moving anchorage today. We're at La Brisa, which is in the main town, and it does have a free dinghy dock. That's why we came here initially. But the ride to the dinghy dock and back, and the dinghy dock itself, is really dodgy. So instead of struggling with that dirty dinghy dock, we're going to go around to La Playita, and there's a dinghy dock you pay for I think it's around $50 a week. But to get the last of our jobs done and spending so much time in town, the last thing we need is blaasoppie getting punctured or breaking our engine a few days before we leave for the Pacific crossing. We do not have time to get a new dinghy or money to get a new dinghy or a new dinghy engine. So let's rather go around to a bit more rolly. It's not as calm as this one, this anchorage, but I think all round it will just have a better stay. At the end of our canal crossing, there was a bright building with colorful roofs, and it's called the Biomuseum of Panama. It tells the story of how the piece of land that connects the two Americas formed, and was one of the nicest experiences we've ever had. We don't really visit museums often, but this was interactive and super fun. One of the last tourist things we did in Panama.
No seismic activity.
That's massive. The size of his tooth is
Giant sloth. And there's Ryan.
The giant ground sloth could grow up to 6 meters tall, weighed up to 5 tons, and roamed this part of the world in the last ice age. It's family with the current day sloths, but also family with anteaters.
Tonight I'm tasting a beer that's brewed here in Panama. It's a craft beer from Sea Brewery. This is an English style pale ale. Comes in a bottle, 355 milliliters, 5.6 alcohol content,
and an IBU of 28. It's got a nice amber color, as a pale ale should have. It's also a little bit cloudy, so not completely filtered. Yeah, let's see how this one tastes. Yeah, it's got a very prominent pale ale fruity taste, so quite intense. I don't think this is a beer that you'll drink 6 of, so but really flavorful. So the cost of these ones are about $2 in the shop. I'm not sure at the restaurant, haven't seen them. But yeah, really a nice intense pale ale, but just like a Sunday afternoon where you just want to have one cold beer maybe. So yeah, in terms of taste, cost and size, I will definitely rate this one 8 out of 10. Cheers.
We're just busy putting in the battens in the new sail, and then I just need to fix it to the mast sliders. Then we can at last hoist it. It's been a crazy few days, but yeah, we're getting there at least. The second last step for putting up the main is to attach these little intermediate webs to the sliders, as well as the batten boxes to the battens car sliders. And then I just need to fix the reefing lines, and yeah, we can hoist the sail. We've got a loose-footed main, so the clue is attached to the back of the boom by a strap. It's just a Velcro strap that keeps the clue close to the boom, and it allows the clue to slide as well if you ease or tighten the outhaul.
So even though the city itself is still as hot as in the Caribbean side, the ocean is so much colder. It's proper freezing. It feels like the Durban, or colder than the Durban coast of South Africa. It's really chilly, and that has to do with the tidal currents. That's because of the blockage that Panama, the whole Panama, Central America rather, makes. The tidal currents can't come through like they used to before Panama existed, and when they turn around there, they create a hotter climate ocean than on this side where the cold just rushes in. So definitely cooler.
The one animal we've been waiting to see since the time we've been in Panama is a sloth. All the sailors keep telling us that you see them everywhere in Panama, but no such luck for us. Until one evening on our way back to Avanti, guess who was found crossing the road, slowly but steadily, on his way to a new tree for his nighttime snacking. These guys move very slowly and are hardly ever seen moving around during the day. They're mostly active during nighttime, so we were quite lucky to see this guy before sunset.
I've been enjoying the road and going for a run as often as possible, but this would be my last one before our last full day in Panama. It's the day before we leave, so I'm heading to the shops to buy our last fresh stuff, potatoes and so on. We've come into the marina so Gerard can finish the sail. We have to do water, diesel, give the boat a good wash. I have to cook up a few meals so that it's frozen, so it's a big day, and I can pick up our passports. Our passports are ready, our visas have been printed in, so an exciting day. Let's hope we get everything done.
One of my last jobs to get the mainsail ready was to pull the reefing lines through. I used the time in the marina to hoist the sail, put the reefing lines in and make sure everything is good to go. Jacqueline always stresses me out when she goes shopping for provisions, but in the end we always wish we bought more where the provisions are cheap. We just woke up to prep to leave for Las Perlas, and it looks like there was a raccoon on our boat. So there's quite a lot outside of the marina, but something definitely ate our bananas that we bought yesterday. So yeah, all over the cockpit.
Freaking gross, little bugger. The paw prints of the little rascals that had a feast on Avanti. It's a short walk to immigration, where we met our agent that helped us do the canal crossing. And he made sure we had all the documents we needed to clear out. We officially cleared out of Panama, so we're still in the marina. We spent one night there and we're about to, truck going past, we're about to get onto the boat and just do some final things before we go to Las Perlas, which is about 35 nautical miles from here. So that's our waiting point to get good weather and start our crossing across the Pacific. Our plan is to start with a 35 nautical mile journey to Las Perlas. From there, we'll go past Galapagos and onto Hiva Ua Marquesas. It will be 3,900 nautical miles as the crow flies, and a 30 to 40 day passage depending on the weather window. We hope to see you next week for our 3-day stop in Las Perlas before we start going southwest across the very large and daunting Pacific Ocean. Lots happening as the two of us start our longest crossing we have ever taken on. Who knows what lies ahead? If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos. Thank you to our Patreons that support the making of these videos. You can join them by clicking on the link in the description below.